Howdy, Forest friends. Ambi Nicole here. I've got another story time for you guys today. It seems like you guys somewhat enjoy my story time, so I thought I would tell you another one today. This one is not actually something that was, dumb on my part per se. Okay, it's still kind of something dumb that I did, but it really wasn't my fault. See, I used to work front desk at hotels. I used to do it during day shift. I checked people in. I got their keys ready, got them to their room, took care of all that good stuff. Well, a couple years into that, I decided that I wanted to, kind of broaden my hospitality repertoire, if you will. And I decided to try the night audit, which is the third shift job that you do at the front desk. Basically, you have to balance out the numbers from, all the transactions that the hotel had during the day, all the check-ins, get those people their receipts, get them under the door, start making breakfast, just all those third shift fun things. So, working third shift, I always kind of had imagined that something strange would happen. As a matter of fact, when I first started working there, when I passed out the receipts, after I got everyone's credit cards, charged and ready for them to be checked out in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had to go around and put receipts under each person's door. And late at night, when it's super quiet, everyone's asleep, and you're going down long, eerie hotel halls, it's easy to get yourself thinking about like The Shining or like hearing things, seeing the twins waiting there at the end of the hallway for me. I was waiting for that to happen at some point. I was working third shift, and usually I didn't see people. Sometimes people would come down to the front desk for like a toothbrush, or if I had some people come in late who need a late check-in, things like that. It was fairly common for someone to come down, grab a cup of coffee out of the lobby, and just go back up. But this particular night, this guy, it had to have been like 2 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't started doing my paperwork yet, and it wasn't time for me to go do the receipts or anything. And usually during that hour, I didn't really see anyone. So this guy comes down. He's just a normal guy. Oh, and let me tell you, first of all, that one of my duties was to lock up the doors around 11 p.m. so that no one could get in without a room key. That was part of my duty. And I did that. But before 11 o'clock, people can get in and out through the side doors or through the front lobby and not have to use the key as long as they stay in the hotel. So that's where I'm thinking that this guy might have come from. Anyway, so it was after I had locked my door. I didn't expect to see anyone in my hotel who was not a guest, a registered guest. And our surveillance cameras were functioning, like I could see what was going on in the downstairs and the outside, but I couldn't see the hallways upstairs. And it turns out that these weren't recording because, I don't know, something had broken and they never got around to fixing it. So yeah, there also wasn't proper surveillance of this situation at hand, by the way. So this guy comes down to the front desk and he looks really upset. He asks me if I have any coffee. And I was like, well, yeah, actually I have some coffee out here. It's kind of stale. I can brew you some fresh. Well, he started to tell me that he was down there because he needed to have towels brought up to his room where his wife and son were, because his son was vomiting and the wife was trying to clean it up, and for me, if possible, to go up there and leave towels by the door. And I asked him if he wanted me to knock or anything like that, and it should have rang a bell that he didn't want me to knock. So it's just like, okay, whatever. Well, actually before that, even, let me tell you, this guy was actually pretty nice. I would have never expected anything malicious out of this guy. He was probably 40-something, just normal clothing, normal guy, like someone I would have expected to be a guest. And, he asked if I had any coffee, and I think what happened was I checked my lobby coffee, and it was like just really stale. The person who was supposed to make it before me had failed to do so. So I was like, you know what? I can go make some in the back. I do have my own stash of Starbucks in the back. I'll go make you a cup of coffee. He said his son was sick. I'll at least do that for you. So I go make him some of my Starbucks coffee. Of course, for me too, but I didn't feel bad sharing with someone who was going through a rough time. And I bring him the coffee, and he said, I'm just going to sit down here and drink it. Is there any way that you can just take these towels, a stack of towels, up to my wife? Just leave them by the door. He gave me a room number, and I was like, okay, you know, I didn't think anything of it. So I go up there, and I do what I was asked. I leave the towels by the door number mentioned. I come back down, and the guy is nowhere to be found. The cup of coffee is empty, sitting there on the little desk. This guy's gone. So something tells me I really need to check my drawer. In this hurry to go help this guy's wife who's dealing with a kid who's throwing up everywhere, I didn't even think to double check to see if my drawer was locked. And this thing was just like a normal drawer with just a tiny little lock. So he could have got in there if he wanted to, even probably with a file or something like that. So like, if this guy wanted to get in, he would have got in regardless. I check my drawer. It is empty. My heart sunk to my butt. Like, I am telling you, I thought I was going to die. I was thinking about the fact that, well, it's mostly credit cards, so thank goodness that they only keep like $350 in the drawer. Maybe we had like a little store right next to the front desk where people could pay cash or, you know, credit and get snacks and things like that. But it's not like people were typically coming in to this suites only hotel and paying with cash. They were typically using credit card. So luckily it was only like $300 something, but I was just like, I can't afford this. I have bills to pay, rent, you know, what am I gonna do? And this nice guy robbed me. Like, what's up with that? If you're gonna rob me, like, I never thought that it would go down that way. I never thought that it would happen to me, let alone in the way it did. Like, God, looking back, I got so lucky that it was just like a nice guy. Like, I didn't even see a gun on this guy. He never hinted that he had a gun or anything. And thinking back, like, obviously this guy must have needed this money really bad. He found a way to, like, sneak into the hotel before 11 when I locked it up, and he, like, waited somewhere. Like, he really needed this, and he didn't resort to violence. Initially, that was kind of shocking. It was just so weird. I'm just, like, stunned. I call my boss, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, like, I can't even believe what I'm about to tell you. I don't even know how to put this, but I told him what happened. So he was like, okay, well, don't you worry. It clearly wasn't your fault. Just call the authorities, get them over there, and we'll see what we can do from there. And yeah, like I said, they didn't have the proper surveillance, so they didn't get a recording of this guy. I don't know if they ever caught him. The police basically said because we didn't have surveillance that, you know, what can they do? I gave them my description. I don't know. Third shift is not for the faint of heart. I have some other stories from third shift in the hotel industry I might tell y'all sometime if you're interested. Leave a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. I can tell you some more stories. This one's probably the scariest. I mean, at the time it wasn't scary, but opening that drawer and seeing that money all gone on my watch, that was horrifying. If you ever see this robber guy, like, what the heck? What the heck? Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing a lot here, forgetting things. I hope you guys enjoyed my short, jumbled, crazy story time. Do you expect anything different from me? I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Hello. Bye! We got some Forest friends in the house. We got Gabezilla.
Gabezilla 0303.
Yeah, you guys should know about his channel by now. He's been in my BarkBox video.
I am the neighbor.
And this is my neighbor. She's
8.
the bomb. Yeah.
13.
These are my homies. He's almost 13.
I will kill you if you are older than me.
Don't make death threats. This is YouTube.
Hello.
We won't really kill anyone. We love each other, I swear.
It's a
And now the
figure
dogs
of
are trying to
speech.
get on this.
It's a figure of speech, guys. Don't worry.
A figure of speech.
Period. End discussion.
You heard it from the boss.
Got him.
Alrighty, guys, say bye to the forest friends. 1, 2, 3, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's right. Bye.